everyone, Granite Roots. It's funny, our night starts at Garry and ends at Garry. So we stealthed in, we're going to drop along the side, and I would love to start with a bubble. Kind of limit them with their boon, so we try to burn them down, and this worked pretty well. I kind of overextended here, but thankfully I didn't die because the rest of my peeps were behind me on that corner, which was a better place to be. I'm still learning, but this was one of the first fights of the night, which was a nice way to start. It was definitely a busy night and a fun night for sure. Challenging at points though, because you'll see at the end we're getting double teamed by red and green in the Garry later on. We managed to push both out, which was really good fights, and we'll talk about that when we get to that video. This next fight, this is Leroy Jenkins in action. Leroy Jenkins, and bam, whoever dropped that was genius. Stopped me in the middle of my burst. I just saw a bunch of green in a ring, and I just thought I'd see if I could contest it. 1 against 30 some odd, and you can see that didn't work out so well. Tried to get to the circle. This was run EBG, just big red cloud team. We had a bunch of fights. It's the only one I really included because we really got more downs in fighting. The rest of the time it was just they'd come close and we picked them apart. This we kind of had to chase them around and got more downs and more people defeated, but yeah, it was mostly clouding over there. That's kind of how it is. It's like they just keep crawling out from underneath rocks. Every time you turn around, there's like 5 or 6 of them. And so we got a little bit of time working on the cleanup, and eventually we're going to push them out through the doorway and push them back to their tower that they came from. This one was just a quick one. We had some people, while Garrison's being attacked, but they were farming bags. It seemed Garrison, we figured we'd not give them a T2 tower. There's like 5 or 6 of them, so nothing to brag about. A big win where it's like 20 versus 5, but one thing I liked about was just, you see these guys melt once I get in here, and I'm finally able to drop that bubble because you had a Will Bender which relies on boons, and also it was either a Tempest or a Catalyst. There's the Tempest, and boons are somewhat limited than usual, which was nice. And as we know, Will Benders are painfully overpowered, but as I showed in one of my previous videos, just if you're a thief, use a smoke ring, they'll just stand there and die. Okay, so this one was cool. We dropped down on top of them. That was kind of nice. We just pushed them out of the garrison and we were chasing them. Again, we spent a lot of time at Garrison tonight. They just kept pushing red and green all night. This was another good victory. Grab them out of the water, and they just go right down. I always love the ones where you kind of drop down from above and finish them off. I just did one where I was roaming on Mesmer earlier this week and was able to do that to help some friends out. Alright, this one, I'm going to drop down on top of green. I'm going to push them out. And these were about even numbers, so that's always nice. I mean, it's even better when you can win a fight when it's like you're defeating a force that has more numbers than you or even more overpowered than you. That's always great. But even equal numbers, it's satisfying. And I'm still running Warrior. I just really love the bubble because it helps with a lot of these boon comps. Also gives you Reflect, which is nice. And they're pretty rugged in the middle of battle. With a lot of the blocks that they have, especially with staff, and then your F2 skill. I've been using that more. And the thing I like about the F2 skill that I use more is when you block, your stripper Tried to chase these guys, but then I realized nobody else followed me, which is fine, but I'm only a healer, so I'm not going to do any damage to them. Alright, next fight, we're pushing these guys off the northern side of, east side of Garry by the gate. Again, I love the bubble. I love watching when the bubble drops. So do the enemy, typically. Not always, but usually it does, and it helps. Okay, this is the last fight. Green was in there, just sitting on the Lord. Took the Lord down. You can see someone who tried to res, and it was just hard because we tried to push green. Red would do stuff, and vice versa. So what we did was, and red was just basically sitting up on top. So we just decided to let green take the Lord down. They just got the Lord up here and we're back capped. We'd let green drop the Lord, put the ring up, and I cut it, but you would have seen red drop down and red and green fighting. We kind of tagged them here and there, but nothing major. And here we kind of push red, and we're going to finish off some downs. We're going to group in the center, and you're going to see red kind of take off. Off. We're going to res our peeps, and then you can see where I cut to where they ran to, and I was almost wondering if they were going to fake leaving with a portal and come back. We go to investigate, and they were going to just jump us. See them there on the edge, and not sure, like, portal? Nope. And they drop out, and I'm thinking if it's a portal, and it turned out it wasn't. It was a really good night. Started in the Garry, ended in the Garry, but thank you for watching. Hope you all have a most excellent day.